Welcome to this week's episode of Analyzing Chazal. This week we'll be analyzing the commentary of the Orach Chaim on this week's Parshas Chukot. Let's go to the pasuk. Perek Chaf, pasuk Aleph. The pasuk says, "Vayavo bnei Yisrael kol ha'ida midbar tzin, v'chodesh harishon, vayeshev ha'am bekadesh, v'tamash sham Miriam, v'tikover sham." And Bnei Israel, the entire congregation, came to Midbar Tzin in the first month, and they camped in Kadesh, and Miriam died and was buried there. The Orach Chaim. V'kan odia ki kol ha'ida yeshnam begeder zeh sheyikru Bnei Israel. Begeder yisharim v'tzadikim. והכוונה בהודעה זו היא לשלוש סיבות. השני, להגדיל מעלת מרים עליה השלום, שהגם שכל העדה היו צדיקים. לא עמד זכוסם להעמיד להם בבאר מים שהיה בזכות מרים. Here the Torah tells us that the entire congregation falls under the category that they were called the Bnei Israel, meaning that they were all straight and righteous. The Torah needed to tell this to us for three reasons. The second reason is to tell us the greatness of Miriam, that even though the entire congregation was righteous, their merit was not great enough to bring the well, which came only in the merit of Miriam. The type of question we can ask, the Orach Chaim seems to be comparing two things that on the surface are not comparable. Hint: if a person needs to be able to throw a ball 100 miles an hour to win a prize, would it help anyone win a prize if 100 people threw a ball at 95 miles an hour? Okay, let's stop for a minute with the type of question in the hand. Can you come up with the question yourself? Okay, here's the question. It seems from the Orach Chaim that the Torah is telling us that Miriam was so special that even if all of Bnei Israel were righteous, they together could not bring the well. However, this does not seem to be a tremendous praise, as if you need to be at a certain level to bring the well, what difference does it make if all of Bnei Israel were righteous if none of them were on Miriam's level? What difference would it make if all of them together were on that lower level? It still will not reach the necessary level to bring the well. The answer, as we always say, comes from within the question, which was, what difference does it make if all of Bnei Israel were righteous if none of them were on Miriam's level? Would it really make a difference if all of them together were on that lower level? It would still not reach the level of Miriam. The answer, of course, is yes, it could. And the reason is that we do not understand the power of the group. Even if each person in a group is on a lower level than Miriam, as a group they would potentially be viewed as being on a higher level. This is the great praise of Miriam, that even a group of righteous people were not as great as Miriam. The practical application. We live in difficult times where Bnei Israel as a group and as individuals are going through hardships. Sometimes we can think to ourselves, what can I do to change the situation? Who am I? I am not a hugely great tzaddik. However, we need to know that if each person improves just a bit, as a group we can reach levels and have impacts way above the power that each person has individually. We need to take on ourselves to grow with the knowledge that together with the rest of Bnei Israel we can definitely make real change. Have a wonderful Shabbos, and we'll see you next week for Parshas Balak.